Hello and welcome to the HPM Frequently Asked Questions video series. My name is Jason Osborne. I'm an application engineer out of the Southfield, Michigan office. Today we're going to talk about how to take your T12 torque transducer and make it into operational mode. What operational mode is basically the data that's coming out of the transducer that's going into your test equipment. So there's a couple different ways to do this. I'm going to show you both ways today. So the first one, the agenda that we're going to kind of go over is operational and pre-operational. Different ways to do this. So I'm using my T12. I've got a 1,000 Newton meter T12 here on my desk. I'm using the HPM T12 setup USB kit. So what this is it's a USB to the CAN, and then I also have a terminating resistor. Anytime you run CAN, make sure you have a terminating resistor in your series, making sure your data is the cleanest and best that it can be. So let's dive into this. Option one is the field bus interface. I'll show you how to do this. I'm going to start from the very beginning of the T12 Assistant. T12 Assistant can be used, and it's an application tool for setup. It's not really used for measuring and collecting data, but it's more for setup and checking to make sure your items are in operation. So you can download this right from our website. And then once you get everything downloaded, you're going to open up the T12 Assistant. What you're going to do with this first is you're going to scan the system, as you see here, and it's going to give you the address and type of your transducer. So go ahead and hit start. Once you hit that, it's going to open up to a couple different items. First thing you're going to want to do is go into your Systems tab in your passcode entry. The default passcode is 0123 on the torque transducer. Key thing to note here, and I've got it highlighted here on the bottom of your screen there, when you first hit that passcode, it's going to pop up with a box that say, please wait. What you want to do is you actually want to hit enter one more time, and you're going to get 3 pieces of paper that kind of flip around each other. Make sure you see that, because once you get into that, that's actually getting into the T12 Assistant itself. So the next thing you want to do is in your System tab, you want to go down to the Field Bus Interface. So what this is going to do is this is how to parameterize your interface, and also pick what items you want to be broadcast through your CAN network. So with the CAN Open tab, it's going to pop up with a box. There's 4 different PDOs that you have options. The first set you can do is the PDO 1, that's your low pass and speed option. For your PDO 2 is your torque low pass 2. What torque and low pass 2, 1 and 2 are there's different ways to look at the dual range, quote unquote dual range, torque transducer. So I have another video out on the series that describes that dual range. So that's what low pass 1 and low pass 2 are. So you can kind of see that. But check the other videos. I go into detail on that. PDO 3 is your power and your rotor temp. And PDO 4 is your status for your torque and your speed. Also on this tab, you can change your CAN baud rate if you're going into a different type of output and you need something changed. This is the place you can also change that as well. So once you have everything set, the next thing to do is go back to your System tab on your T12 Assistant. Type in the CAN Open Bus status. This is going to pop up with a window that you see here on your right. That's going to switch between pre-operational and operational. So now that you pretty much have the what you want to broadcast, now you want to say it, to broadcast. So this is one way to do it. The next thing you want to do is you want to save to the transducer itself. So on your T12 Assistant, one of the options that comes up, save load parameters. You're going to do that. There's 4 different parameter sets that you can do this. So anytime you make a change to the actual transducer, you want to save it to the parameter sets. This way, if the power goes out on your rig, once the power comes back on, should respond and come right back to that same setting. So you shouldn't have to do this again. The key thing here is after you do a save, do a power cycle. So when you do the power cycle, just simply unplug your power from your transducer, wait a couple of seconds and plug that back in. Basically what that's going to do is that's going to lock it into the EEPROM. If you don't do this power cycle, it will not save if you have a power outage. So you'll be running fine, your power outage will go out on your rig, and then you'll have to go through these steps again. There's another way to do it to make operational mode. I'm going to go into this. This is with programming through CAN. So with the programming through CAN, we have a manual that details all the interfaces, which basically is an address and a code number. So the address of your torque transducer is found on the T12 assistant. When you first pull up that scan, it's going to give you that address number. Our default address is 110, but you can change this if you have multiple torque transducers in one rig. The other option to do this, there's also another option to download right on our website. This is what I'm showing you here. So when you get into this, like I said, each PDO has code. For example, pushing it to operational mode is code 2273. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to log into the T12 assistant, but don't hit the scan button yet. On the top left of your item there, you're going to have a service tab. So click open this service tab, and then it's going to pop open another box, and click SSD terminal. So when that pops up, the SDO terminal is going to pop up there. So like I mentioned, the address for the default is 110. So you can use the drop down, or you can simply type that in. The next tab down, the SDO, you're going to type in that code coming right from your manual. So in that manual, it mentions that using that code 2273, operational mode is option number 1. So what you want to do is first you want to read from the device, find out what it is saying right now. And this is going to come back with a 0, 1, 2. A 0 is going to say basically it's not connected. 1 is going to say it's operational. 2 is going to say that it's in pre-operational mode. So what you want to do now, after you've read that, you want to send that to the device saying, okay, I want you to broadcast all these codes. So in the SDO content, this is your 4th step here, you want to put a 1 in this. Don't check the hex box. So you just want to put a 1 in this box here. Say send to device. What that's going to do is that's going to basically force it to send those commands out that you had initially set up. Again, with the T12 assistant, you want to go through and do a load to transducer. You also want to do a power cycle. So that's a couple different ways to make your T12 operational mode and have your data coming out of your torque transducer. Thank you for watching our videos. If you have any questions, give me a call on our support line, 1-800-578-4260, or you can always email us at support@hbm.com. Thanks. Have a good one.